So, what's up, my peoples, man? It's your boy E here. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but the nigga been kind of busy. I've been taking care of some business and, got things going on that I really need to keep focus on. So, I ain't been able to really, find time to, get in the mood to make one of these videos. But we finna make a video today. And, I just want to talk about this here, man. And, I want y'all to see something because we all know that Hollywood. We know that, for one, this country is a corrupt country who is ran by a bunch of elites who are, pedophiles. And, we know that they doing some things. Well, they want to say allegedly, but, like I say, man, look, I believe it, dog. I believe it, dog. You know what I'm saying? These people don't mind doing certain things to children, helpless women, trafficking people. They don't mind, they don't mind doing any damn thing, dog, because they got the power, bro. They got the power, dog. They have the power, and they feel like they are in position to where they can do what they want. And when you think about it, it's like they feel like, don't do as I say, not as I do. So you can't do it, but they want to. It's okay for them to do shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the hell it is. Speaking of child trafficking, as you can see, that is an Amber Alert. That is an Amber Alert. It's crazy the timing of that coming out right as I'm making this video about and speaking about these things, right? It's funny, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes how God works, man. God will let you, will give you confirmation sometimes, you know what I'm saying, with certain things like that. But yeah, like I say, we know that these elites have powers and they be doing certain things and they have certain agendas and dark secrets, and Hollywood is a part of that. Hollywood is definitely a part of that, very connected to all of that. Hollywood is one of the main places where a lot of people get sexually assaulted, where a lot of people get molested, a lot of children get, they try to groom them to be certain things, and they also would, sexual assault the child as well. They even got these motherfuckers eating babies and shit, dog. All that shit is in the Epstein files, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying what that's already saying, and I already been hearing about that way before the Epstein files. Trust me, I've already been listening to that shit, you know what I'm saying? Hearing that before they even brought that out. But that was just basically something to wake the world up to, But like I say, man, Hollywood is a part of it, man. And we finna watch this little interview they had with Terry Crews speaking about it. Him and his wife was on this here, they was on this podcast, and he was talking about Hollywood and shit. So we finna get into that. I finna let y'all see what they talking about. I felt like it was interesting for y'all to kind of see this. So let's get into it. So let me go on here. So here we go, y'all. Let's get it.
I went to an event and this agent molested me. Now you understand, man. And I'm talking about Hollywood. This is fact. And you can look it up. Mm-hmm. William Morris Endeavor. This man was the head of the movie department. He had Eddie Murphy, Sly Stallone, Sandler. He was his agent. He would get high and do whatever he wanted to do, crazy stuff. The CFO of William Morris Endeavor, a man died in his home dungeon. Mm. In his home dungeon. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm not saying this to.
Hold up. Let me go back and hear that one more time.
The CFO of William Morris Endeavor, a man died in his home dungeon.
A man died in his home
dungeon. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm not saying this to just. It's not a fake. It's not nothing. You can look it up right now.
Mm-hmm. They might have swept it off the internet.
Yeah, no, it's true. And wait, the police didn't even. The police, man, dead. But the police didn't do nothing. What is that? This is Hollywood. And
that's the type of shit that happens that's the nature of this country, man. When you in a position of power and something happens that may be your fault, you can sweep shit under the rug because you in that position to be able to do so. You know what I'm saying? So like a man that died in this man's supposed dungeon, think about a dungeon. Why would a motherfucker want a dungeon or need a dungeon? You know what I'm saying? It's dark shit going on. But, you know, for a person to die in your dungeon, in your home, and basically the police do nothing about it, tells you something, man.
We walked in on it.
I'll
They
bet
walked
you've
in on
never
it?
seen anything like this. It's so raw, so damning, so jaw-dropping. This interview where Terry Crews, the beloved father, husband, Christian, advocate, and actor, best known from America's Got Talent, Everybody Hates Chris, The Expendables, and
Yes,
more,
sir.
absolutely pulverizes the vile doors that are...
It's crazy, bro, because Terry Crews is a legend. You know, Terry Crews is a very well-known movie star, actor, performer, you know, host of a show. You know, that man got a lot of accolades, man. And then not to mention he a tall, big, swole person. And for him to say somebody molested him, you know what I'm saying? For him to say that shit, it's crazy, dog. And let's just continue, dog.
are hiding the darkest skeletons in Hollywood's closet. This is Make Faith Famous, and without further ado, let's watch this insane new interview. And furthermore, let's collectively pray for Terry's safety, because I hate to be dramatic, but I just don't know if he's going to be very safe after this. Oh,
I would hate to even try to. I mean, I just don't want to put that in the air. I believe God is behind him. I think God is protecting him, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put it out in the universe that something gonna happen to him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of times, man, that energy we be putting out, you know, I don't know, man. But anyways, man, let's continue.
context, Terry's story is truly deeply profound, and the long version of it you can find on our channel. But the short version is that he suffered with porn addiction since childhood, grew up, cheated on his
As a lot of us have.
wife once, felt a conviction to tell her, did tell her. They, of course, went through a deeply tumultuous time in their marriage, but his wife stuck with him. He repented, she forgave him, and now he goes around the world.
And see, that's the definition of, yeah, I fucked up, but but telling the person that, you know, you're willing to work on yourself and do right, and then not only tell them that, but actually show them through actions that you do that, and then y'all become stronger from it. See, that's what is missing in a lot of relationships, man. People be saying they gonna be better, they gonna do better, and they don't do better. They just continue to do the same thing over. We have a world full of narcissists, basically. You know, people that just tell you what they want you to hear, or tell you what you want to hear, just to get you off their back until they do it again. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that about Terry Crews. That speaks a lot about who he is. You know what I'm saying? He has a conscience, he has a heart, and he has compassion for his wife, and he loves the fuck out of her to do her right.
Advocating against pornography, cheating, and especially against sexual abuse in Hollywood, going so far as to testify to the U.S. Senate about just how deep let's call it the Epstein problem, truly goes in the film industry.
He would get high and do whatever he wanted to do, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
The CFO of William Morris Endeavor, a man died in his home dungeon. In his home dungeon.
No,
I'm gonna
Charlie.
tell you that. I'm not saying this to just.
Oh,
I'm not. It's not a fake. It's not nothing. You can look it up right now.
They might have swept it off the internet.
Yeah, but no, it's true. And wait, the police didn't even. The police, man, dead. But the police didn't do nothing. What is that? This is Hollywood.
Did he have family?
All this.
That's what you want. That's one thing you kind of would like question. Like, did they have family? Because if not, because if they did have family, like, why are their family not out here raising hell, wondering what's going on or where they at? You know, why haven't they? Unless they've, you know, like Hollywood usually would do, they'll throw you some money to keep it hush hush. And if the family feels like it's a reasonable amount, they might just say, all right, well, we'll take it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, some people take it. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to get down to the bottom of their shit, and they really want to figure out what happened to my peoples.
Stuff is going. It's people got a whole bunch of stuff going on, right? And we walked in on it. We literally at this party, this guy comes and he grabbing me, man, and I'm going, get off me, man. What are you doing? And he looked me in my eyes, and
That's who grabbed him. He just go up and grab a person, dog. You know, when you got power like that, you ain't gonna want to just do something to them right out the back, because then, you know, they'll flip it and make it seem like you was the wrong one, you know.
he was sticking his tongue out overtly sexually to me. I mean, it was no mistake that this was a sexual type.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Okay. Let's finish this.
Tongue move. And I'm going, and I'm thinking it's a joke. I'm thinking, is this how this guy breaks the ice? I don't understand what this is. I reach my hand out and he takes his right hand and under mine and immediately squeezes, grabs my genitals and and I'm jump back like, hey, whoa. And he jumps back and
But he high as hell. That's the thing. He highs him up. He highs a kite. He's in this euphoric feel where he feels like, anything he wants he can have, because he's already in the position of power to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you don't have many people turning him down or pushing him away. For the status that he have, for who he is, most of the people probably feel like it's an honor to be here. A lot of people that want to be around that scene, they'll go ahead and give in and let that shit ride. But, Terry Crews ain't that person. You know what I'm saying?
still does this tongue stuff, and he's making weird noises, and then he comes back again and grabs me again. And I slap his hand away, push him back more forcefully, and I'm like, what are you doing?
The man was high on something.
He's on something. I'm like, yo, I am not part of that party.
Fan club. Yeah.
Bruh. And so when he literally was like, I was about to kill him. But this is what happened. And this is where we talk about Hollywood and the next thing. When this happens, I'll never forget, I just felt so emasculated. When he called me the next day, the agent called me up, my bad.
And that's what's crazy about it, dog. It be these people that has these positions in life. They be put on this pedestal in life, and they've been there so long, they feel like, dog, I can minimize whatever I want. I can just say, my bad, like it wasn't nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anytime, and you better accept it. That's how they feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to treat it like no big problem, because I'm not the one that you can make a big problem out of. You know what I'm saying? I get what I want most of the time. And that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. Let's keep going.
Huh? Bruh. Remember I told you? Hey, wait, if somebody tries to get your trust unconditionally,
oh yeah.
Hey man.
Oh no.
My bad. That does not work.
Right?
I said, that doesn't work. I said, I have given y'all millions of dollars, and you embarrass me in that way, in front of my wife, in front of this whole thing, and you won't say my bad?
And one thing I'm noticing about Hollywood is there's always an embarrassing moment they want to put you through before they allow you to, get to the next level, to, what I'm saying, get to a higher elevating spot. It's like they really want to make sure you go through some sort of humiliation before they do that. It's like these rituals, man, these rituals that they be trying to create for people, man, like they are real, bro, and they really carry some deep significance of just something. It really does. They carry something, man. It's something about the rituals that they get from that. It's like selling your dignity, selling your manhood, your humanity. It's like sacrificing. You're sacrificing something over to these people, and I believe that was part of his initiation. They wanted him to do that, but he didn't want to be that initiated. He said he stopped it before he can get somewhere. I mean, Terry Crews have done a lot of things, man. He's made a name for himself. He played in a good amount of roles, but I guess he been slipping past the radar for a while, and I guess they feel like, okay, for you to move any further, something need to happen with you. And they tried, but it didn't succeed, because Terry wasn't willing to give up his humanity. He wasn't willing to give up his dignity, his pride. He wasn't going to belittle himself for these people. You know, but let's continue.
You slipped up, and that's it. And wait, and I went to the heads, I went to everybody, and they told me like, and the head of William Morris Endeavor looked at me and said, I said, bro, I can't let this happen. He said, give it your best shot.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
You understand how evil that is? If I'm you tell me I work for you. When that is the thing. You telling me I'm paying you, but yet you still my slave. You're the goyim. You know what I mean? And I'm like, hey man. So I already went public before. I said, okay. So we went public together. We went on a whole thing. You can't do this. You can't do it. Sexual assault is real. This and that. We was on Dr. Phil. We was on Today Show. We was on this. I said, and I told her, I said, you cannot. I said, hey man, this dude. And then when I went and I did those tweets, because what happened is the Me Too movement happened. I said, this happened to me. And everybody went, what? And you understand, had I not been through what we have been through, I would have never, because that's the thing. Everybody wants to keep the secrets. If I had secrets, you can't talk freely. Yeah. But I was a whole person. And I said, no one can go.
See, he was a whole person. You see what I'm saying, right? So basically, he was a whole person. He didn't give up a part of himself, you know what I'm saying, that would have stopped him or, you know, prevented him from saying everything he wanted to say. You know, a lot of these people can't talk because they got shit on them. They've been put in positions where, you know, they can't talk, or else they will find out about this. This will happen. That'll happen. But Terry never giving up his soul like that. He never given up his dignity, his manhood to allow them to have that type of power to control what he say. So Terry Crews, he slipped through. He slipped through, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad. I'm glad Terry Crews slipped through.
You gotta understand how many people got off the plane, the truck, or the bus in Hollywood and got molested and sent away. And nobody believed what they were saying. We went,
and nobody believed what they were saying.
And it was crazy. Everybody was like, "How can Terry Crews get molested? He's giant. He's big." I was just saying, he's a big black man.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, you know, because
I don't think molestation really means that somebody just holds you down and touches you and, you know, make sure you can't move and, you know, and restrain you. I don't think it just really means that. I think molestation means somebody inappropriately, you know, acting with you in some sort of way, whether that's touching you a certain way or not. You know what I'm saying? I just think being molested is just somebody inappropriately acting with you in some sort of way. You know, if you ask me.
You chose to not crush his head.
Hey, well, and the thing is that even if I did, does that mean I didn't get molested?
That's true.
I understand and empathize with those who have remained silent, but Harvey Weinstein is not the only predator. I know. I wasn't even reading these things. I wonder what the next one, what the one before that says. It says, who's going to believe you? Few. What are the repercussions? Many. Do you want to work again? Yes. Are you prepared to be ostracized? No. So, see, these are things that Hollywood will use against you. And, you know, people don't want to go through these things. You know? It says, it says, do you want to work again? See, people need money. People got to get by. People ain't trying to stop working. That's why a lot of people continue and allow certain things to happen because, yes, man, I'm here now. I'm making good money, but I want to continue to make this money. I have a lifestyle. You know, a lot of these people that make money, they lifestyle changes. You know, their way of living changes. The money they spend changes. The bills they got changes. The houses they have, the cars they have changes. So everything is more expensive for them now. In order for them to maintain and keep those things, they gotta make the same amount of money. And if they are losing work, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna want to do that. And that's the thing about the whole situation, bro. You know, it's hard to want to face these things and rather than say, all right, let me just let that slide. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But then you got those like Terry Crews that say, fuck it, man. I ain't got nothing to lose here, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. Let's get back to the part.
See,
That's true.
people want to say this, man. I started to examine it, and you have to just examine it too, because I saw him and I saw this agent as another person caught in an addiction.
And here's where Terry's story takes an amazing turn, and he still slams Epstein and leaks some incredibly dangerous and juicy information in just a sec, but he takes a surprisingly, a shockingly, a heart-wrenchingly compassionate approach to Hollywood abusers here. Yes, you heard me right. Where he, because he understands the dark and twisted nature of addiction and secrets himself, takes an approach that I literally don't think you'll hear anywhere else outside of maybe the truest, most honest, most frankly Christ-like people. He has compassion for and sympathizes with these people because he feels like he's a...
That's because Terry Crews is an actual human. He is not, you know, possessed in he still has his conscience. He still has a conscience, a heart. He still has compassion in his body and soul. Unlike a lot of people out here, they've given that up, bro. They've given compassion up. They've given empathy up. They've given their conscience away. They've destroyed the conscience to where they don't care what happens. Like long as it ain't happening to me and mine, I don't care. I ain't seen nothing. You know, kids get raped over there, women getting trafficked and stuff. You know, sucks to be them. That's all. You know, that's all it is. They have to look away. They have to. But Terry Crews, I see something different in him. There's a light within him that, you know, God has put there to not be a part of the system, you know?
Sinner too, you know, and it's like he doesn't care about getting canceled or something because he's just telling the truth, telling it like it is. So let's hear him out with all that in mind.
You see, I saw it for what it was. Here's a man who had secrets he couldn't get out of. And he got all these clients and he risked it all. You understand what I mean? That's what the addiction does. You go, why would I risk this? And that's what people don't understand.
That hit home. That hit home right now. That really hit home. Cause like a lot of y'all know, man, I'm basically a recovering addict. I've been an addict for a while, you know, and you know that's what addiction do. It makes you feel like, why would I jeopardize? Yeah, I put myself in plenty of position where at the end of it, I'm like, why did I do this? Why did I decide to do this that was going to cause all of this, knowing that a lot of this was going to probably happen? You know, I can definitely feel that. Yeah.
The Epstein stuff, because what happens, it grows and grows. And you see the secrecy? Mm-hmm. And it grew. And it was under the carpet until the files got open and it stank. Mm-hmm. And it's nasty. And you see how rank and foul it gets because they all waited and were hoping one day, like I used to. Like literally the world was like, what is it we don't know about y'all? Just like she asked me. And all of a sudden, remember, it will be revealed.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, we living in a time where God is lifting the veil off a lot of things, bro. If you think about it, dog. How do most people look at Hollywood nowadays? Or most people really looking at Hollywood like it's just this rainbow, wonderful place where, you know, all these flowers and daisies grow and, you know, and you see the unicorn flying with the rainbow horn and shit. People don't look at Hollywood like that no more. Like most people is looking at Hollywood like it is a dark place. It has secrets, dark secrets, a lot of just bad shit going on in the backgrounds. People look at that shit. People, child molestation. People are looking at it like that now. You know, we still got some sleep people. Yes, we know we got some sleep people, but for the most part, a lot of people see Hollywood for what it look like now. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of the veil being lifted as well. And I'm good. I'm here for it. I ain't tripping. Shit. Hey, keep on showing us what it is, man.
No matter where you are, it will. And I sued them. Bro, I spent $500,000. We spent $500,000 of our own money. And let me tell you, I would go to home and I said, babe, we can't do this. And wait, and when I did the tweets, I knew Hollywood was over again. Because everybody was like, Terry, you went up against William Morris Endeavor, the biggest agency in Hollywood. I said,
And
I don't care anymore.
you wouldn't believe the big names that emailed and texted and called us asking him to drop it.
Yep. Big.
Yeah.
Big.
I can't help but wonder who those big names are. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.
And I was like, nope,
Nope.
we out.
And we were tapped.
Let's
And
go
I was
back.
like, nope.
Let's hear that one more time.
Big.
Yeah.
Let's go back and hear it again.
Agency in Hollywood. I said,
And
I don't care
you
anymore.
wouldn't believe the big names that emailed and texted and called us asking him to drop it.
Yep.
Celebrities. Which one of y'all favorite celebrities out there that y'all feel like might be the ones they called him? You know, it could be anybody. It could be anybody, man. Like, I don't put nothing past none of these celebrities. Like, a lot of these celebrities, I really don't put nothing past a lot of them, dog. Like, I feel like a lot of them have sold in a lot of themselves. And so, it's so many for me to go through. I don't know who it could be. But, you know, she said we wouldn't imagine. I probably could imagine. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, let's keep going.
Big.
Yeah.
Big.
I can't help but wonder who those big names are. What do you think?
What
Let me
do
know
you
in the
think?
comments
What
below.
do you
And I was
think?
like, nope,
Nope.
we out.
And we were tapped and we were harassed and we were gang stalked and
How long this?
There we go. They was attacked. They were harassed. And they were gang stalked. So, if anybody out here want to say, oh, that shit is fake, oh, that is not real, that's just your mind tripping. If anybody out here trying to tell us that this shit is fake, look, if you feel like us, for what you might feel like maybe normal people, just the average Joe people saying these things, if you don't want to believe us, how about one of the greatest, I ain't gonna say the greatest actor, but let's just say, how about one of the most legendary actors out there, Terry Crews, saying it? I mean, look, we coming people. You may not want to believe us for what you feel like. You know, you may not want to believe us. But how you feel now that Terry Crews is speaking on this shit? Because it was happening to him. Probably still is in a fashion like it is with a lot of us. But how you feel about your boy Terry Crews putting it on blast? Because, hey, a lot of people would say we was crazy. Oh, no, that couldn't be happening with y'all. No, why would it happen to you? You not important enough, right? You ain't important enough, right? And what people don't understand is a lot of us we didn't want to believe the shit was real. A lot of us didn't care to believe that this shit was real. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty sure there was a good amount of us who wanted to believe we was tripping. I'm like, hey, maybe I'm just tripping. I ain't gonna lie, me definitely, I wanted to believe that I was just tripping. And maybe whatever was going on, which is my mind, fucking me over. But guess what? It got into a point where we had no choice but to believe shit for what it was, because when something constantly keeps happening, you know what I'm saying, and then happens after certain things you stop doing that you felt might have caused it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you not supposed to believe some shit that keeps on proving itself to you, right? So, a lot of us wanted to believe we was tripping, right? We didn't want to believe that the shit was real. I would say I would have wanted the shit to be fake. You know what I'm saying? But turns out the shit was real, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it just kept confirming that to us. So Ted Cruz was right here speaking on it himself. Let's go back and hear them say that one more time.
Low.
And I was like, nope,
Nope.
we out.
And we were tapped and we were harassed and we were gang stalked.
Tapped.
And
She said she was tapped, harassed, and they were gang stalked.
How long this process take?
Oh, it was a 2-year process. Hey, wait, man, I got calls from the heads of the people. They're like, look, Terry, you don't want to do this. I was like, man, yes, I do. And don't call me again. Lose my number, bruh. Now that's come to,
but that's when
why
you know
I said,
God is on your side.
but remember now, you got to understand, I was already saying it's over. I came home to her and I said, Hollywood's done. Remember that? I said, we're done.
Hollywood, fuck it, man. And look, man, he's still on America's Got Talent. He's still getting money. That nigga ain't stopped getting money. Is he still doing America's Got Talent? Maybe he's not. I think Nick Cannon's doing it now, if I'm not mistaken. But, hey, Terry, man, you've gained a lot from this shit. You can always create something new. And I think him and his wife got a podcast now. So, they finna be doing that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's a whole bunch of independent ways to get that paper.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what happened? I got more.
Got more work.
Got more work.
God gave me more.
Damn, that's what God do sometimes. Take away something that ain't good for you just to give you more of something that is. That's divine. That's divine right there, yo.
Went bigger. People were like, this is what we're talking. He's saying it. He's been saying it. And wait, we suspected it. And let me tell you, this is what happened. And even when they tried to deny it, I was $500,000 in. I said, I'll spend $1 million to win $1. And that's what I would constantly say that I will spend $1 million just to win that $1 that they owe me.
And again, this is some deep, profound stuff right here. And again, as someone who's done a deep...
Hold up, y'all. Let me make sure we good around here. All right, we still good.
Dive into Terry's faith in his abuse expose. I can tell you that he's never revealed things to this degree at this depth like he does here. And that's why I can tell you all with supreme confidence to really keep your ears open and listen to what this man says next, because this is some of the realest, the most, I feel like I'm in a really good church listening to this guy, to be honest.
It's not about money. It wasn't about principle. This was about, we got to take a stand for all the people who couldn't. Imagine all the little girls that couldn't say nothing. All the people the men that have been molested. I ain't even talking about the women. I'm talking about the guys that have been molested and whatever, sent away. And we don't believe you.
Yep. Because certain people got the power to just string or, create and make a narrative and publicize it so everybody can see it and make you look like the bad guy, you know what I'm saying? And people wouldn't even listen to what you got to say. Like, you could be speaking so much truth and people wouldn't even want to hear you because they listening to these people who they think are right because they in some sort of, position,
That's good.
I said, we have to make this stand. And you know what happened? All these people came and joined.
Other victims of this man.
And we didn't go. They said, we don't want to be public facing, but we'll join you.
That's
and
divine timing right there.
It was like 13 people.
Yeah, and William was like, we quit. We quit. Here, we'll give you your money back.
Yep.
He got him out of there. Before they said there's no way he could leave. He's a partner. And then I was like, could he leave now? It was like, yeah. Yikes. And bro, God stood up for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, and not only did we get our money back for...
I don't know about y'all, but that felt like God to me. Just the whole situation, just the whole story he just spoke, how he said that, how it came full circle just for the other victims to come because he stood up. They felt encouraged and inspired by him to come together with him to make these people back down. That's a God's work right there, bro. That looked so divine. I mean, it sounded so divine, if you ask me. How y'all feel about it?
Now, because we didn't have to go to court, but God was like, you get 100 times.
You see? That's what I'm talking about. That integrity and that faith is what caused him to be seen in a completely different light by others. And that light actually ended up exposing the darkness around him and even attracting the right people to him. He says a bit more at the end here, and I'm going to let the video finish after he closes us out with a profound.
And look, man, look, before he closes us out, man, see, and that's why I say, man, that's why when people talking about their situation, bro, when people talking about the things they go through or whatever, like, I can't really say nothing about it. Like, however you feel, however you, or, you know, expressing yourself about your situation, man, you know, it's your truth, you know, however you feel like you want to, you know, relay your truth is your truth, man. But, you know, I can't really tell you how to speak your message. It's your message, man. It's your truth, you know, and your truth helps somebody else. Your truth will help somebody else, man. So if you got truth that you need to speak, you never know who might be drawn to you because of your truth. You know what I'm saying? Because your truth resonates more with them than anybody else's. You never know. So that's why I say, man, everybody got a story. Everybody got a truth to tell. And, hey, put it out there. You know what I'm saying? If you want. You know what I'm saying? Because it might just help somebody else. But anyways, let's keep going.
Final word about all this, but I do just want to say that if you've enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching, and please
let's get past this part. Let's get past this part.
And it's so wild because by making that stand, I've had people who've given me jobs and said, dude, you know why we hired you? Because what you did.
You did what I wanted to do but couldn't do. But I felt like I couldn't do.
We know. Because you risked everything. But see, people don't know this. I would go to her and she was like, Terry, ain't no woman in your life ain't been through what you just been through. Molested, built up, been told, ain't nobody gonna believe you. She said, every woman in your life. So let me tell you what to do. And we would have conferences about, all right, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we did Dr. Bill together, we did anything we could do together, we did. But then it came back to, well, he came out about his stuff.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, we saw this for what it really was. Like God was leading us. You don't know. You don't know where God is taking you, but you gotta be willing.
If you're
right. Man, so that was the end of that, man. This right here, this whole thing was profound, man. Like, it was such a big, profound message. It really spoke to me, dog. Like, in a lot of ways, bro. Like, just the whole situation, man. It just lets us know that God be working, dog. We don't see it from our view sometimes, man. But sometimes if we just really pay attention and look, just really focus in and look, we'll see that. You can see that, yeah, God definitely has been putting his finger in, dipping his toe in this and this and this, you know what I'm saying, to kind of cause these things to happen. Like, you know, he's very mysterious, man. Very mysterious, you know what I'm saying? The Bible says that, you know, but I just feel like he is, period, anyways. You know, it's just like, I can see it through the shit that I've dealt with in my life. Like, damn, that's very mysterious. I would have never guessed that it took all that just to cause this, or for this all here to happen, just for this here to happen. Like, it's been so much shit that I've seen that I'm like, damn, God be working, bro. And it's like, it be shit that I seen 3 years ago that I probably see now, like it took 3 years for me to see it. It's been happening in my face. But after 3 years, there's some shit that was 3 years old that I'm like, damn, now I truly see what that is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It took me a while to see it, but I seen it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, and that's the mysterious, that is the mysteriousness that comes from it, you know? So I definitely can see it. But this right here was really profound, man. Very, very enlightening, and I liked it. All the messages that Terry Crews was giving us here, man. This was great. I ain't gonna lie. But anyways, I kind of want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, let me know how y'all feel about this here situation, man. What y'all think about this here interview with Terry Crews and his wife. What y'all think about this shit? Give me your opinion, man. But anyways, man, with that being said, I am out. Peace.